In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be looking at a mystery message that Spirit wants to bring forward today. This could be about a situation that you're moving through in your life, something you have a question about, or just a general message that wants to come through for your highest alignment and highest good. So, let's get into it. Hello, my curious souls. My name is Amanda. Welcome in. So happy to have you here. If you already know which soul path you'd like to choose, all of the timestamps are in the description box, along with anything you'd like to know about the decks I'm using today, links to book a personal reading, or other links that you may find interesting. If any of the messages do resonate with you today, I'd love to hear your insights and thoughts in the comments, or you can simply like this video. Both are great ways for me to connect with you and to let me know that you resonated with some of the message here today and received some inspiration, insight, and or guidance. Remember though that all readings here are general and are here to offer insight, not instruction, so they will naturally not resonate with everyone. Please take what resonates and kindly leave behind what does not. For those who would like an official intro into the soul paths today, let me do that right now. For Soul Path 1, we have the citrine stone with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. For Soul Path 2, we have the Black Rainbow Obsidian. With the Sacred Traveler Oracle. For Soul Path 3, we have the Atlantisite Stone. With the Hare's Odyssey Oracle. And for Soul Path 4, we have the Serpentine Stone. With the Priestess of Light Oracle. So whenever you are ready, choose the pile or piles that you are most drawn to, click the timestamp for your reading in the description box, and I'll meet you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Angels and Ancestors Oracle today with the citrine stone. So let's get an opening card to start your reading, and we'll also get a mystery card for the end of your reading as well from the same deck, and then in between we'll get into tarot. For Soul Path 1, please offer us a card. We'll keep that one for the end. Okay, take note of intuitive messages with the moon. So the moon speaks to divine feminine energy of ebbs and flows within your life, within your spiritual body as well. This is also speaking to subconscious, so looking into the depths of our soul, the depths of our emotions, and the darker parts that we tend to keep well hidden for good reason. Now, you could also be connecting with your spirit guides or a cosmic or divine source at this time. Maybe you are working through or connecting with your spirituality a little bit more. You're trying to find some answers to something. You may even feel a sense of moving through the dark or questioning a lot of things at this time, questioning who you are, your values, your belief system, and whether or not where you are aligns with those things that you value and believe. I have a feeling there's been some shift in that, so this is why the questions are coming up, because your soul is feeling that it has grown beyond what you once believed or what you once valued. So now there's this realignment or shift that is occurring within your life, and that might bring up a lot of mystery, a lot of questions, possibly some emotional discomfort. But I do feel you are connecting with a higher divine source within you. You may even be seeing a lot of synchronicities. You may be receiving a lot of messages through dreams or meditation. So I feel that there are some messages in those spaces of stillness or rest. So definitely pay attention. Now, we will just put that message aside for now because we want to make sure that the strongest messages come through today for you. That just may be a side note, those intuitive messages that just came through based on that card. So for Soul Path 1, what is their mystery message, please? Get 3 cards. Mystery message for Soul Path 1, please. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles here in the reverse. We have the Ten of Cups here in the middle at the heart of your reading, and we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse at the end, with the Page of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So here with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, this is possibly you wanting to do something on your own. This could be in relation to work, so you want to maybe move from a space of being employed by someone, a company, to working for yourself. That could be the first message here. Or you're stepping away from work or studies to focus on self, maybe family. You could also be reevaluating what growth looks like for you in finances or career, because something in your life may be feeling a little bit amiss here. So there's some level of possibly a lack of commitment here. So maybe you have decided that you no longer want to participate in something or be a team player somewhere. There could be good reason for that, but it also could just be misaligned. And so you're feeling that misalignment and needing to possibly step away from that. Now we have the Ten of Cups here in the heart of your reading, and it could have something to do with relationships in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic, but this is a partnership. This is community. This is happily ever after within the emotional space. So that could speak to emotional fulfillment and satisfaction when it comes to our heart-centered connections within family or within community and friendship groups. So it almost feels like there is a focus, there's possibly a refocus of something going on here, where you are pulling away from something to focus on family, community, friendships, something that isn't rooted in having to work and commit yourself to work for an extended period of time. So again, I'm almost getting like a value shift here, where maybe you were once committed to working and apprenticing and building something up in your career, but there has been a focus or a refocus on emotional connections and relationships, and I'm not really sure why. So something within the home could also be pulling you away from work, and so that could be the disconnection of teamwork and collaboration, where you're no longer collaborating or spending time with or prioritizing building something with others. And that's kind of the general feeling as these two are coming together here. This is also Mars energy as well. So again, we've got Mars being represented in both of these cards, but they are different. And they are not only showing up different, but they are expressing differently. One is in reverse, one is in the upright. We've got Capricorn energy in this Three of Pentacles, where this is kind of motivation to move forward, being committed to something. But here we've got Pisces energy, and this is something of dreams. This is a happily ever after. This, I feel, is sacrificing one thing, you sacrificing one thing to gain something that is much more profound and that feels a lot more fulfilling or deeper connected to you. So whether that is in work, whether that is in family or community, I feel like something has definitely shifted here. The way you're taking action is different. What you are moving towards, what your goals are, your priorities are, have shifted here. And the guidance and action here is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I think there has been, or needs to be, a hard look at reciprocity as it comes to relationships. We definitely want to make sure that overall there's a balance of give and take. We also want to make sure that we are not being taken advantage of, and we are not taking advantage of others as well. So that could be in possibly this Three of Pentacles, where there is this lack of teamwork, or there's a lack of reciprocity, there's a lack of appreciation and gratitude, and you're really realizing that you want to be in connection with your work or with relationships that feel a little more balanced and rooted in that reciprocity. You want to hold space for other people and to have experiences with other people, and you also want to have that reciprocated as well at some point. I don't feel like you're keeping score by any means, but something definitely feels off as it pertains to your finances and or your physical environment wherever you find yourself. And also how you're being compensated for the things that you do, especially when it comes to work. Are you being properly compensated for the expertise that you bring to the table? So again, it's kind of evaluating that and where things are a little out of balance. This is also Taurian energy as well. This is the moon in Taurus. So it's really taking a look at where your values lie. What are the things that you have that you don't have? And that doesn't necessarily mean from a material point of view, or although because it is Taurian energy, that is a very strong thing, is looking at what is lacking, what is missing, where's the imbalance within your physical body, within your finances, within your environment, and to maybe bring a little more heart, a little more community into the mix to balance that, because there could be a lot of focus on work. Maybe in the past, there was a lot of focus on work. There was a lot of focus on making a lot of money or having a lot of things. But again, I feel because these pentacles are both in reverse, I do feel like there has been a shift in priorities, even a shift in values. And now you're starting to see where the imbalances are within your life. So it's really looking at that, to really look at what are the things that you truly value. Is it the community? Is it the experiences? Is it having deep rooted emotional connections, intimate connections with people? Is it something different? I'm not sure, but I definitely feel like there is a reevaluation of what you're giving to yourself, to your goals, to others, and what you are receiving as well. So are you comfortable with receiving in life outside of finances? Are you comfortable receiving love and appreciation and gratitude from other people, your community, your family, your friends? Or are you giving too much of yourself and sacrificing yourself a little too much? So we have the Page of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see, and possibly why this is occurring, or what is influencing this. I really feel like your inner child has some things to say to you. Possibly there's some inner child healing that has occurred or will occur because of this. And this page is about the emotional self, the sensitive self, the imagination, the creativity, our dreams, the things that we really want to achieve in life. And so I almost wonder if that's part of why this is happening, is that you want to realign with your inner child, the simple joys, the simple pleasures, the things that fill you up emotionally, rather than with things or stuff or finances. I think the way that you see abundance, the way that you see wealth is shifting, because I feel this true you is coming forward to say, we have to follow our dreams a little more. We have to have a little more imagination, or connect in with our sensitivity and hold space for this inner child that wants to come out to play a little. Maybe rooting ourselves in a cause or some kind of soulful purpose here. And even connecting with your intuition a little bit more. So maybe your intuition and the things that you once connected to as a child have gotten lost a little bit in this effort to build up something, to create something that feels structured and sturdy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel in that effort, the inner child or your true heart's desires have kind of gotten lost. So I think this is a bit of a reconnection to that. So Okay, Spirit, you're very clear. So to wrap up your reading, we have Water Guardian connect with your emotions. And this just tells me and confirms that we have the Divine Feminine to start, we have the Divine Feminine to end, and both are connected to water. Both are connected to ebbs and flows in life. Both are connected to our sensitivities, our emotions, our intuition. So I really feel that that is a strong message coming forward for you, is that you are being realigned to your emotional connections, to your sensitivity and your deep emotional expressions as well, and how those show up in the world. I feel like by following that, you will find quite a bit more fulfillment and you will feel rebalanced. So this is what I have for you, my dear Soul Path 1. I do hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity you needed today. Until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Black Rainbow Obsidian Stone, and we're going to start your reading with an oracle message, and we will pull a mystery oracle message from the same deck to end your reading, which will be revealed at the end. For Soul Path 2, just one card for their reading today, their mystery message. And one mystery card. I'm going to pull from the bottom. So we have fellow travelers. Support is all around you. This could be a message in itself, a very separate message aside from the tarot reading today. There's this feeling of having confidence on your journey because you do have support, whether that is support in your life with friends, with family, coworkers, whoever you can find support in and around. But I also feel like this is divine support that you do not see, that come through the animal kingdom in some way, that is just a little hello from Spirit to say, we're here. So you could be seeing a lot of animal synchronicities where you're seeing a lot of the same animal everywhere. This could just be your spirit team, your spirit guides coming through as a synchronicity to say, we are here. So you may be seeing peacocks a lot, you may be seeing rainbows a lot, but I do feel like you're on some kind of journey to something new. And there's a little bit of fear or trepidation here because you're not really sure where this leads. You know, there is promise here with the rainbow that you could potentially feel into, but you're not really sure what it's really going to look like once you get to your destination. So I feel like this is you kind of following your instinct, following your heart, but still having a uncertainty about where you're headed. Right, so that could just be a separate message, but let's see what mystery message wants to come through today for Soul Path 2. 3 cards. We have the Hanged Man. We have the 7 of Swords in the reverse. And we have the 7 of Cups in reverse as well. With the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So with this Hanged Man energy, I definitely feel like it's interesting because I mentioned you were on some kind of new journey here, but I also mentioned trepidation, and I do get a little bit of that here, where there's a pause before you start that journey. And I think there is a good reason for this. This kind of feels like a bit of a timeout before something new begins, because you may have to replenish your energy. You may have to see something from a different perspective or point of view. There's almost a surrender to the process that needs to happen as well. And I think that's currently where you are in your energy, is that you are curious, but also a little fearful about something here, whether it's a new path that you're being called to, whether it is new experiences that you are kind of confronting at this time or considering at this time. I do feel like there is a slight delay before the actual starting point of that new thing begins, because you do have to see something from a different point of view, a different perspective. You have to let go a little of the process, of the results, of the outcome, of the destination, and lean into a step by step as you move down this path. Now, the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune, so this is also about shedding certain illusions, stepping into spiritual growth or a deeper self-awareness. So I think that is why this is happening, is that depth of self, maybe a creative breakthrough, is needed before you can truly feel confident moving in this new direction, or at least have some further information. This could also be to help heal and let go of something before, so that you are not taking that on the new journey with you. So it almost feels like a release just as much as it is about surrender to the process here. Now, with the Seven of interesting, I was going to say Pentacles, with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, I feel like you could be finding some kind of truth or stepping into your truth a little bit more, not being afraid to share your truth, to show your truth. This almost feels like you're stepping into more of an authentic you, in a sense where you are no longer hiding who you truly are. And I think that is part of this journey, is that there's a mask that you are releasing. And not to say that you put on this mask to pull the wool over people's eyes. I feel like this was protective in nature. So it's now you really feeling safe enough in your life, within yourself, to step through that and to not fear who you truly are. Maybe you're coming to a time where you have done some healing, where you do want to share your true self with other people, rather than try to hide certain parts of you that maybe bring up guilt or shame. And you're now truly saying, this is me, and I'm okay with that. If you're not, that's cool. And if you are, let's be friends. let's connect. So this is a really lovely energy. I do feel like a truth is coming to the surface here as you kind of move through this period of delay, this period of processing, this period of releasing. And you're coming to some kind of knowledge about self, which I feel is helping you understand yourself at a deeper level than you ever have. This requires you to be a little rebellious, to step into something that you have never done before. So I feel like this is brand new energy. This is energy that I feel has laid dormant within you and is now coming forward to say, let's experience life as the true me. And not to say that you've not been your true self, but I feel more of that is coming to the surface. You're really embracing all of you, rather than just the pieces that you have accepted or allowed to come through. I feel like you're no longer suppressing certain parts of you as well. And we have another number 7. So I feel you, and this is one is in reverse. The 7 of Cups is in reverse here. I feel like it's like you are really analyzing how you feel, your emotions, what satisfies you, what disappoints you, your successes, your failures. This is a subconscious deep dive that I feel is necessary in order for you to really understand the truth, to understand and get to know your shadow parts, the parts of you that feel hurt or disappointed, the parts of you that maybe have had some dreams, desires, creativity suppressed, but also to really understand how you feel without anyone else's influence. So this is you really kind of parsing out and letting go what emotions you have taken on as your own that aren't really your own, what dreams you have taken on that aren't really your dreams. So again, it requires a little bit of a deep dive. And because we have 2 sevens here, I do feel like this is a moment for you to really step back and to assess your truths, the things that you only keep to yourself and why there might be fear to stepping onto a new path or kind of stepping out into the world as your true self. There could be some fear there. There could be very good reason for that. But bringing awareness to that is so important, regardless of the reasoning. But just to understand that, to understand why, and is there a way to recalibrate, realign, to let yourself be more true to yourself in the right circumstances, the right context, with the right people, etc., and to step back to reevaluate what fulfills you, what your dreams are, what your emotions and feelings are, and not feeling like you have to stay stuck in this place, but understand what your options are in this moment. Understand what emotions and feelings you have about trying to attain your dreams or attaining them and what success looks like for you. We have the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck in the upright, and this is success. So I do feel like you're going to find success in whatever you put your mind to here. I also feel like you are on the hunt to find what success looks like to you, to align with that, to feel that, to see that, to know that. And I think it all starts within the heart and within the mind. And what's interesting about this 6 of Wands here is that there are people behind this person celebrating. So again, we have that message of support is all around you. And I feel like there is a lot of people that are on your team that are cheering you on, that will celebrate with you when you see success. And if you don't feel that, then where can you find those people? Where can you nurture those relationships? But this is also having confidence and pride in your successes, of celebrating those successes on your behalf as well. So not really waiting for people to celebrate you, but to know that you're doing a good job, to know that you're on the right path, to celebrate overcoming adversity and challenge and being victorious. This is Jupiter in Leo energy, and Jupiter is very expansive. It is about sense of purpose and growth, wisdom, expansion. And Leo is that confident leader. So I feel like this is why this process is happening at this time, is so that you can step into more confidence within who you are, where you're going, what you want to achieve, what success looks like, and to know that you can do this. You have to have more trust and a deeper belief in your abilities and capacity to achieve. So let's look at the bottom of the deck here. Discovering truths. You stand in the light of truth. I think that kind of sums this reading up very beautifully. It's like you are stepping into this truth. You're discovering some kind of truth as it pertains to the mind and the heart. And you're going to discover it. You're going to embrace it. You're going to feel a breath of fresh air because you're now moving in that truth. You not only discover it, but you're moving with it towards that a little bit more. And you're standing in it, regardless of where you find yourself, knowing that your truth will lead you. And it doesn't matter what the journey might look like. It may not even matter what the destination is, but just knowing that you are following your truth, you're following your heart, and even better, you understand that a little bit more. You understand that on a deeper level. You have a new perspective on who you are, what you need, what you want. And that in itself, that journey in itself is success. And I also love too that in this card, this person is very confidently walking in the other direction, that these two people are kind of pointing off into the distance as if to say, this is the better way, but you're like, no, I'm good going the way that I feel is right at this time. So there's confidence coming through. There's that Leo energy coming through and moving in the same direction as this card as well. So moving towards a new hope, a new story, a new achievement. So that's really cool, Soul Path 2. You should spend some time celebrating you for being on this journey and for being brave enough to do this work. It's very difficult work. It's very challenging work. So kudos to you. So these are the messages I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 2. I do hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity you needed. Until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3. Welcome in to your reading today. We're going to start your reading with a single oracle card. We'll also get a mystery oracle card to end your reading. We'll just pull from the bottom of the deck there. And we'll look at that at the very end to see how that wraps up or ties in. You chose the Atlantisite stone with the Hare's Odyssey Oracle. And the first card out is Haven. So this gives me very hermit energy. You could be in a very hermity mode at this time, really enjoying your home, your garden, your environment, wherever you find yourself. I really feel like you're kind of settling into maybe spending more time on your own and being a little more independent, or even learning something new as well. There's some kind of internal wisdom that could be fostered or developed at this time. There's a lot of meditative energy that comes with this, where maybe you are kind of settling within yourself to some degree, finding more space for stillness, and there's a respite energy. So you're really finding spaces for this haven energy to come through, whether that is in your physical home or your energetic home, your spiritual home, your physical body. So it's very restful energy. It is winter in this card, but there's also warmth, there's comfort, there's friendship. So I feel like you've really found some level of comfort within your life, and maybe found yourself where you would like to be, or maybe that's something you're working towards. We will see what the cards have to say about this. This could just be a side note, or it could be part of your message today. We will find out. For Soul Path 3, what is their mystery message? We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse as your first card out. We have the Six of Pentacles in the upright. Strongest for Soul Path. And we have the Seven of Pentacles in the other. So interesting. 5, 6, 7. we have a is that a straight? Yes. But also a flush? I don't know. Why is poker reference coming through? I don't know. But it is. Knight of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so let's unpack this for a moment here. What's interesting is this Five of Pentacles in the upright typically speaks to very difficult or challenging time. You may have had some ailments, some physical ailments. You may have been ill for a period of time. It may have taken you a while to recover from this. Now, this could also be finances as well, or physical home. You may have found yourself feeling like you're in a very isolated place, a very challenging place in life. But because it's in reverse, I feel like you're coming out of that now. And maybe that's why this haven came through, is because this almost feels like you're trying to find comfort again. You're trying to find what feels like home. Things might have been quite stirred up over the last little bit, and now you're almost rebuilding again, because we do have a 5, 6, 7 here. So there is a build up that is occurring. And it's almost like with this Haven card, you've pared way back because you've had to. You've had to go without. You've had to maybe enjoy your home a little bit more. You haven't been able to travel because of maybe some physical ailments or because of finances. So you have found ways to find comfort, pleasure, and security within home and wherever you find yourself at home, with friends, in spiritual practices. And I think this has been quite helpful for you along this journey. I do feel that you're coming out of it though. Now, you might not quite see that yet, but I do feel like you've come to some kind of peace or comfort with the discomfort. And because of that, I almost get like you've surrendered to what is. But that doesn't mean you're not working towards bettering a situation. I do feel you are. But you're kind of in this energy of, I'll control what I can control and I'll let go of what I can't. So there's this radical acceptance of what can be influenced and what can't be. And because of that, I feel like it is releasing the hold that the situation has on you. So you're coming out of it now. And we have all Taurian energy on the map here. 5, 6, 7, this is all Taurus energy. So you could very well be a Taurus. And Taurus energy is about the things that you have. It is ruler of the second house. And they are determined and practical and structured and solid. And I almost feel like that is what you've had to do for the last little while, is be determined to move through some difficult energy, really doubling down on your efforts to survive. I feel like up until this point, all it has been is survival. And with the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck being in reverse, I almost feel like you haven't been able to follow your heart or connect with friends. Maybe you have lost touch with a group or community because of the struggle that you have moved through. So this feels like a very isolating energy. And that's really tough energy when that's all that life is about. But with things being so wild in the economy right now, I feel like this is a story for many. And I do see you moving away from that, though, which is really good. I feel your efforts are paying off here. We do have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright here at the heart of your reading. And so you may have had to, lean on others. You may have had to lean on the support of a community to get through. And that could be some guidance or advice as well coming through, is that it's okay to receive help. It's okay to use resources that are available to assist you during this time, and that could be the catalyst to moving you through this. This is also an energy of you having enough to give as well. You having or building yourself up in a way that you have the time, the energy, and or the financial resources to give back in some way. So maybe you did lean on help from others to get through a difficult time, and now you want to do that for others. You want to give back and providing assistance for others who are going through difficulty. This may be volunteer efforts. If it's not financial, it could be financial donations if it's not volunteer efforts, or it could just be you giving back in some way, of paying back in some way. This could be paying back of debt. So again, I do see progress here in your reading, which is really nice after a long road of challenge. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles as part of your guidance or actions here today. This is being really mindful and taking a pause, taking a step back to assess what's working and what's not for you, especially if we want to keep and maintain that balance in a way that is sustainable for us, whether we are giving our time or our finances or some kind of resource to others, we want to make sure that whatever we are investing our time in, investing our finances in, it is feeling fulfilling for us and not draining for us. And if this is business or finances and you're investing your money somewhere, or you are investing in a course of some kind, you're investing in a business, the Seven of Pentacles can be really looking at your money situation, your income, your expenses, what's working, what's not, and to really prune down what's not working so that you can see further growth. Seven of Pentacles is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is restriction, it is limitation. So being really mindful about how you spend your time and money so that something can be sustainable, so that we can continue to commit ourselves to something in the long term. This could also be a reflection of your values as well. So if it's not looking at your time or looking at how you invest your money or looking at business, this could be an evaluation of your belief system, your core beliefs, your values, and what values are no longer aligned for you, what core beliefs are holding you back and maybe keeping you in some kind of mindset that is preventing you from stepping into an energy that you want to step into. So consider that as well. So let's look. Trust. So if you are having challenges trusting this journey, I do get Five of Pentacle energy from this just because there's nothing that really exists in this space. I mean, there's animals and landscapes, but it looks pretty barren, and that is very Five of Pentacle energy. So if you are currently going through this, I feel you have to really lean on your own sense of trust in how you utilize your resources. Know that you're a very resourceful person, you're very determined and hardworking, and to lean into that, to really trust the process and bring yourself back to the little things that you can control, even if you feel like you are a little bit out of control or have no influence. There are no major arcanas in your reading, so I do think that you have more influence over your situation than you may think. So it's really taking a step back to evaluate that and almost maybe turning off the emotional aspect for a period of time, just so that you can get more into a practical mindset and to really evaluate kind of on the day-to-day or on a detailed level, to really assess, coming back to that Seven of Pentacle energy, really assess what you can influence and what actions you can take, what values or beliefs must change in order for you to move yourself ahead. And again, don't be afraid to lean on others when you are moving through a tough time. Find resources that are free if you are being really challenged and need somebody to bounce some ideas off of. But trust this process and trust yourself to find your way through this, because according to the cards, I'm seeing yourself digging out of a hole here. It's just about moving yourself forward one step at a time. So this is what I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 3. I do hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity you needed. Until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 4. Welcome into your reading. You chose the Serpentine Stone with the Priestess of Light Oracle. And we're going to start your reading with an oracle message and end your reading with a mystery oracle message and see how it all ties together with your tarot. Okay, so you have earth magic, fearlessness, and removing obstacles. Well, that's lovely. I do hope there's some obstacles that are being removed for you, but I also think this is a call to not have fear in removing these obstacles, to move forward in spite of the obstacles, to work through the obstacles, to work around them or jump over them. There's this feeling of being really grounded in this effort, in this movement, to not see the obstacle as proof that you should stop or you should turn back or you should go another way. This is remaining rooted in your effort, remaining rooted in your goals or what you would like to achieve. There could be some decisions that you have to make in order to restore balance. But this is also moving you towards abundance, whatever this is. So I'm getting the feeling that on the other side of this fear or this obstacle that you're facing is more abundance. So I almost get Eight of Swords energy where there's some kind of limiting thought pattern happening or limiting belief. And it's almost like you're being challenged to work through that. So this may not be a physical obstacle. This may not be a metaphorical obstacle. This could be a spiritual obstacle or a mental obstacle that you have to move through. And so instead of being in the mind, you have to be rooted in something that feels more grounded, more stable. So let's see how this all ties into your tarot. For Soul Path 4, please. What is their mystery message today? We'll get 3 cards. One more. Okay. So we have the Two of Wands in the reverse here. And it's like, yeah, you are unable to see the way forward, the future, or even know what you want for your future, for your life. What goals do I achieve? What goals do I want? I feel you're in this energy of maybe being in a space where nothing really exists. You could have something established here where it's a career path, but you've reached some kind of peak or some kind of high point or just some kind of point in general, and you're not really sure where to take it next. You're not really sure what to do with it. It's like, well, I've achieved the goal that I set out to do, which is a beautiful thing. Congrats to you. But I think you're in this space of maybe wanting to think bigger, but you can't see the pathway. You can't see forward. You can't plan towards anything because you can't really see what that looks like. So I think there's a lot of exploration that is happening at this time, and maybe there is some fear. Definitely check in with that. But I do see you having some kind of spark of new inspiration and really allowing that to guide your way, rather than seeing that nothing's been done in this way before, or I've not done something in this way before, to really stay open to the possibilities. Now, with this Temperance here at the heart of your reading, I think it is going to require you to stay in some kind of balance here in order to move yourself forward. So it's not about being swayed by emotions. It's not about being too grounded in that earthly energy and just continuing to truck along. It's about having that balance, a little bit of both. It's alchemy, really, of turning possibly a negative situation or a negative emotion into something that you can really use to propel you forward. This does take time, so patience is required with the Temperance, as it does speak to tempering something, and that does take time, experimenting, a little bit of give and take and ebb and flow to figure out or master that. So I feel like you are being called to do that at this time, to really find moderation in what you're doing, and maybe not trying to charge forward, maybe not trying to charge through the obstacle, but to really sit in the space of, I don't know, and that's okay. So, because in this space, I feel like you are removing some kind of obstacle by being in this space of, I don't know. And that kind of feels counterintuitive, because removing an obstacle usually feels like you have to take action to remove it. But I almost wonder if this is a time to just move with the motion or move with the energy and just be still and know. It's interesting that's coming through. Know that you will find your way. You will find your inspiration. You will figure out what is next, but this isn't a time for it yet. This is a time to be really optimistic, even though you can't really figure out where you're going or where the destination is. This is really about exploring. And that's what that Page of Wands is exploring the unknown at this time, exploring the I don't know, and seeing what comes in that space. Now, I love that both of this energy. What am I trying to say here? I love that very celebratory energy came out at the end of your reading, and this is guidance or advice for you at this time. I really get a lot of deep emotions, a lot of heartfelt connections, a lot of family, the homecoming, wedding, gathering, celebration, parties, birthdays, all the things. I feel like this is your moment to find yourself among people and in situations where you have fun, where you can feel at home with the people around you. I don't feel this is a time to be productive and initiatory on a new passion project or a new career path. I feel like this is your time to just settle into the energy of you did it. You did what you set out to do. And now it's time to celebrate that. This is a moment to celebrate. This is a moment to really sit in that energy of, okay, you've reached some kind of save point in the video game. You've reached some kind of, I don't know, end of a level. And the level up will happen, but before you kind of blast off into that next thing, really enjoy yourself. Really take the time to celebrate yourself, to celebrate with friends, to enjoy experiences with people. Because I feel when you take your foot off the gas and you settle into this energy of enjoyment and pleasure and fun, I think the next thing will be revealed. So we have Aries energy here in both the 2 and the 4 of Wands. But the Aries energy in this one is very charge ahead because it is ruled by Mars. And Mars is very assertive. It's very forward movement, but the 2 of Wands is in reverse. So that's a pause in the action. That is a stepping back to think about what's next and what's in your future and being okay, not charging ahead to the next thing. But the 4 of Wands, this is Venus in Aries. So it's like switching gears where it's not about the next thing or the next adventure. This is about settling into where you find yourself, settling in with the people that you find yourself with, and being really connected in those energies of the pleasures of life, of the joys in life, and really catching up with people. I feel like you might have been working so hard and pushing towards some kind of goal that you've maybe missed out on some things. So this is a time to reconnect with that. And in essence, it's a reconnection to self. It's a reconnection and kind of a grounding energy. If I'm honest, I'm feeling like you've been out doing something in the world, and now it's time to reground yourself to find that moderation and balance within the energies of that masculine energy and that feminine energy. This is a time to receive and to allow. And I feel that will remove the obstacle that you feel you are facing at this time. And again, it's kind of the opposite of what I was feeling at the beginning, where I saw the horse and it's like, okay, let's push, let's move, let's go. And I almost feel like that's your energy. But in order to actually remove the obstacle, take the foot off the gas pedal and to pause, to look around, to make sure you're aligned, to make sure you're clear, to make sure you're inspired. But I do think that inspiration is coming here because the page is ruled by Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So we have Cancer here, Cancer energy here with the 3 of Cups, and that is those deep connections we have with people. That is our emotions, our inner world. That is how we feel, our sensitivities, our nurturing. And so this is really a time to nurture new ideas, but in a space of pleasure, joy, and relaxation. So let's see what the bottom of the deck had for you. Harvest, gathering of blessings. I kind of love that. We have 2 fours here, and we have this 4, which pairs quite nicely with the 4 of Wands. This is about, again, very grounded energy. This is about regrounding yourself into what you're committing yourself to, about really looking at the things you are harvesting at this time, about really appreciating the blessings in your life as it pertains to your home life, your life with friends, your soul connections, your soul groups, your communities, whatever it is. This is you really having appreciation for that, because that will manifest more. That will even inspire something within you as you immerse yourself in this energy of stability, of foundation, of home, of friendship, of connection. So the guidance and advice feels like this gathering of blessings, and rooting yourself in that and immersing yourself in that before the next thing comes through. So these are the messages I have for you today, my dear Soul Path 4. I do hope these insights resonated and offered the clarity you needed. Until we meet again, stay curious, and I'll see you in your next reading.